All right. So Sanjeev ji, next question to you. So we have talked about how cloud evolved, how the cloud computing technologies have evolved, and it's making life easier. I mean, everybody is talking about the same thing, that it is seamless, it's flexible, it's agile, and everything. How do you look at the future in the cloud space? What will happen? Are you? I mean, if I let's ask you to visualize or give us some inputs or help us to navigate in the future, what will it look like?
Okay, based on, I mean, if you really want to extrapolate based on past experiences, it's always difficult. It is like mutual funds, you can never predict. Let me put it this way. Computing has increased, so is cloud computing. And really, everything that people have, they want to put it up onto the cloud, which is very appropriate. So, like I showed you that image sometime back. So, everything from your photographs to your emails to your data, everything you won't like to put it to cloud because you presume that that's the safest place and most secure place that I can maintain and store it there. That is the advantage number one. However, I see that even with that cloud, everything may not run from cloud. Storing into the cloud is one part, and running from the cloud as an app or like an application, and synchronizing data continuously with the cloud. Now, that is something which is going to be difficult in all cases. For example, you are trying to book Ola or Uber, you definitely need to have an online connectivity. Use a Swiggy or Zomato. You need an online connectivity all the time. Whereas most of the database apps, they need not have an online connectivity constantly every second. So when we design that, we also take into account that there will be some online offline kind of combination of the data. Number one. Number two, in spite of the internet penetration and 4G penetration and 5G, there are still pockets where the data connectivity or the internet connectivity is still not very good. So your applications or your solutions have to provide for those kind of black spots or a possibility that you do not have to synchronize it continuously. So people will have to evolve. There was a time when everybody thought that I will put it into cloud and the database is in the cloud and my front end will talk to it and fetch the data and show it to it. No, those things are now not going to be there. People will have to be choosy about how they are going to deploy it. The general public, general population will have to also grow and they will also have to start adopting the cloud because in the general population, you find that people still do not trust cloud. And you mentioned very well that security becomes a concern. To give you an example, about 10 years back, there could be one multinational company customer who had, and they would do an audit of our security. Now, every company that we work with would like to do that audit. Even before we start the project, they would like to have all the questions based on ISO 27001, and they will have a whole lot of meetings happening before we start the project. So things have changed. People are extremely worried about security. And so also they're worried about backups and privacy and all those laws are coming in. So the designers will have to be choosy about what kind of data you are putting up there, what kind of data you are going to have under security constraints, and how you are going to combine the online-offline combination of the solutions. So to give an example, there could be some solution that is being used by a small businessman that we provide as a part of supply chain. And he's 90% of the time he's going to remain offline. There's a 10% time when he will have to go online to do some business. So we'll have to design that accordingly. In all other cases, you can actually host it there, you can run it from there, and cloud will become the de facto space from which you store, you run, and you access and archive all the data. That is definitely going to be the place. So the computing devices will change. As we have seen, that computing device of preference is this now. It's no more a laptop, it is not even a tablet now. So the computing device, the first thing that you look at is mobile, and everybody will have to get used to using mobile. Mobiles are becoming far more powerful. And my RAM and processing power and storage of my laptop and mobile are same. So there is no difference.
Absolutely.
This is what the future is. Beyond that future, there are other people who do Bhavishya Ved, future vision, and all that. That is my job. The technology side, definitely see this coming. Only difference is the adaptation of technology by the common people, common businessmen for whom we work. It will have to grow. Only then we can talk about developing something new. New ideas will come.
Interesting take. Interesting take. Couple of points from your suggestions were data synchronization is gonna be a huge thing. If you can synchronize online with offline world and reach out to small businesses, reach out to tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 cities of the country, then of course the cloud can show us the wonders and one of the powerful statement which you mentioned, Sanjeevji, and I'm going to quote is, cloud is going to be the de facto platform for everybody, be it small or large scale enterprise, and this is going to change the future.